What's up, guys? I'm here with my good friend Joe Anzaldua. We are giving you episode 3 of So, today's piece of gear is the Joyo Badass bass amp. It is the Badass. It's a new piece of bass gear that just actually hit the market. I think it's only been out like a couple of months, if that long. And I have one, and today we're taking a look at that. I have some extra goodies here. You know, I love my Sansamp. I got the Hyper Luminal Comp, you know, kind of go A and B with the compressor that's in there, you know. But we're going to dial in some tone and play some riffs for you guys. So, a little bit about you, Joe. How long have you been playing?
I'd say I've been playing about 18 years.
Wow, so how old were you? Like,
I was 12, and now I'm 29, so my math could be completely off. 19, but around there. I never really counted. I just picked up the bass and started playing, and never stopped.
Well, you're amazing.
Thank you.
Me and Joe used to play in a cover band for a good amount of years, and he's somebody I've wanted to bring up in here as soon as possible, as soon as I started doing these shows. So I finally got a piece of gear that I think he can really make shine. Yeah, so let's play some riffs. You're using my legator today. It's a fan-fretted 5 with Fishman's. This is your first time with a fan-fretted guitar?
Yes, it is actually. I've never played one, never owned one. I gotta say though, it's definitely been a humbling experience. Yeah. Anything about this bass is it's so precise, it's so tight. Any riff you play sounds exactly as how you intended it, though. That also means any mistake you make comes out clear as a bell. So
it's very brutal.
It's gonna be very brutal. It's gonna be very fun when I start playing some stuff here.
So right now everything's in the middle. I don't have any of this other stuff on. There's a pedal to turn on and off the compressor built in, but other than the level, let's make sure that is right there. Yeah, everything's pretty much in the middle. So let's see what it sounds like. Jam, just jam for us. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Went through kind of a range of styles there, I noticed.
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of turning the knobs, but, you know, this thing has like its own curve to it that's very clean already. It's actually very clean. So it's cool when you're like adding, you know, you're kind of like too far, you're not enough, and then like you're right in the pocket with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, and I really like that. It doesn't grab the tone and just completely fit it into, you know, a small pocket, which is what I noticed of some amps, which I don't feel like naming them, but I think we all have our own experiences with very theatrical tones, and you get some of these amps. But this kind of just gets your tone and kind of adds whatever it is you want, and I really like the simple layout. Kind of reminds me of kind of the orange style, if you don't mind me saying. But what I like here is you get just enough and a little bit more. Especially with the gain, which is, you know, I'm always very terrible with the gain knob since I don't play a lot of metal, generally.
Yeah.
So I generally keep it down about here. But I do play with the compressor a lot, and I really like that that's built in here.
Yeah, that's super cool. Let's put that in. Check it out. So that's just like kind of like keeping it together there. I don't think it's like the type of compressor that like will make it snap, you know, like where you get like a thumpy bass.
Yeah.
I think you kind of got to like play it on the edge or just super smooth it out. But
Yeah.
it kind of like cuts the attack a little bit. So if you want that, I guess for people who want that smoother tone, but for me, I just like want a little bit to like shape it a little bit, the transient, but I like to retain that transient action.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, when you get to compressors at that level, you're talking about, maybe a rack, or, we're talking about a guy who's, building a stack this big.
Or the Hyper Luminal, which is super cool. So let's check that, disengage that, and go ahead and play. Yeah, so it pops.
Yeah.
What's a good pop riff to play off of that?
Cool, man. Well, obviously it slaps, so... See what I meant about mistakes? They all come out clear as a bell.
Sounds good, though. It pops. Watch, if we play that same riff, disengaged.
Okay, let's try it again. Fan fret.
And then you play it with this compression.
Oh.
That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah. It's cool because that comp isn't bad either. It actually does a good job in it, and it feels a little more analog-esque.
Yeah.
Than this one almost.
Kind of keeps just everything in place. Much less much less customization, of course, but really works for what you're really going to use a compressor for, I'd imagine. When you want to pop something like that, there's usually bass players and, maybe some metal, as far as I know.
Yeah. So, I like to keep things, because I play with a pick, I want everything to sound the same, intensity for the most part, unless it's a certain song, which I could disengage. Yeah. But I want everything to sound intense.
Yeah, I know.
And clanky, so. And that's why I use a Sansamp,
Yeah, the black one. And that's how I know it, the black one, because that's what I see. Just everybody has the black one, Sansamp. And I have the silver one, the PSA, which only one other person, I think, has in California, I think. This, though, really fits for what he's doing. Yeah. And everything I've heard. Yeah, it's a very aggressive amp for someone like me, but definitely still has that Sansamp quality. I mean, it is pretty flexible, but you really kind of have to sit there, of course, dial it in. But
I think it's pretty quick for me. I know, go for it.
Yeah.
Play
let's try it now. Let's see what
play some opens. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, chunky, yeah. Let's see it. Let's get hard without being too hard, of course.
That's cool. It's not overboard, because I know you don't want it to be super overboard, so I try to use the blend knob and just kind of make it where it's rocking, but it's not
it's chunky, kind of like Faith No More. They add a little chunk, but that's as far as they go. It's not
a little Alice in Chainsy.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Well, it's very Spectre-ish. I'm a big Spectre fan. I like those kind of basses that have a lot of tone on their own.
You got a riff for us?
Yeah, actually.
That's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. A good riff. And you did it with your finger.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I did. I have a tendency to do that. Wouldn't recommend it because it can affect your finger in the long run. It's a little shit.
But in a short run, like you were just like, I'm looking for that tone, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do that. Oh, there you go.
Ooh, there it is. I love that riff. That's such a good riff. They're a really good band.
Good riff. Yeah. So now that we're on this bad boy, see, we even coming back just straight to the Joyo because it just sounds, pretty awesome. This compressor is doing some work though. I like it.
Yeah.
Wow. It's really helping this shine more because it's got a nice good tone, and we just want to stabilize it more. So, what are some of your favorite riffs, funk riffs or stuff like that? What do you got for us?
I really like Jamiroquai. I really like them a lot, especially their bass player Stuart Zender. He was very good. They're all good, the whole band's good. But there is one riff. Let me see if I can execute it here. And that's about as far as I'll go because I'll play the whole song.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I haven't played that in a long time. Yeah.
Got any more riffs for us? That's a dope song.
It is a dope song.
Incubus, Certain Shade of Green. Oh,
that's a song. Yeah, that's one of those albums, Science, or I call it Science. You can get after me about that. You can spill it out, man. No, I call it Science because I don't have time. It takes me back. That's one of those albums where I could listen to it and be like, you know what, guys, I'll listen to this all day. Like that's just a time in my life.
Yeah. Science album, just like all the way through. Vitamin is a great song.
And that really got me into that band. Actually, it was that kind of stuff, which sounds very good out of this little baby right here. Yeah. Really impressed, actually. It almost sounds like, it colors the sound. It has its own sound. I could say that in a way, but not so much. Like, it kind of just lets it ring through what you want to play, which I really like that.
I think it's got like a clean filter, so it just like it comes out very nice.
Oh, well,
it's very nice. And personally, it's got like a real scooped curve already. And very clean, so like your high end is very nice, your low end is very nice, and your mid's very nice. So
yeah, man,
that's pretty awesome. Cool. I like that. That's why usually I want to scoop in the Sansamp, but now I can boost because this has kind of got that EQ curve.
Yeah,
that's already scooping for you, so you can add that mid back in, and it sounds good.
That's true.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I can imagine. Man, there's so many things I want to plug into this, especially basses. I got a couple other ones I'm thinking, I bet you can get some sounds out of there. But I don't think we have time for that right now.
I think we have time for a couple more riffs.
Oh, we can do that.
That's
awesome.
That's such a great riff.
It is. I really like that one a lot.
This thing's pretty cool. It gets loud, but I don't think it gets like jam with a band loud. So that I think it's like low volume loud. Like if your drummer wasn't that loud and everybody wants to keep everything cool, that's what it would do. Maybe an inside gig, you know, definitely as like a low voice, a low bass volume, you know, in an acoustic setting somewhat.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because we have it here, but when it gets cranked, it's not really too much. We're just kind of like being cautious of our neighbors today. So, yeah, I think it's really cool to have on your desktop and you know, hook out and just have a quick practice spot. You know, it does a really cool quick tone. So like those people who like practice with like really crappy small bass amps, you know, you can kind of use this, and it doesn't really break the bank, and it kind of has, you know, a lot of around the house uses and some gigging potential, but I wouldn't say like go play it with your metal band. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah. In a metal band, if you're talking, you know, that's special.
You know, you need to. I would say the guitar amp ones that I already had on my channel. Yeah, you could probably take those, especially with nowadays being mic'd. I wouldn't say they're like the big like wall of sound, like overly loud guitar, but I think they definitely fit in the mix more than enough. And if you are, then you're probably just too loud of a player and it doesn't work for you. Well, Joe, thank you for coming out here. It's been such a pleasure. Thank you for gracing us with your excellence. You want to play us out?
We can do that, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what's up. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Tone Tasting. We're gonna have more. We're gonna have more artists, more people, more gear. I got some stuff in store for you guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you all next time.